Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Into the Podcast. I'm your host Sam, and I'm joined today with this man I found like rummaging through my bins outside. What's your name again?
It's Ryan.
Oh, hello Ryan. You alright, mate?
Hello. Yeah, I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Did you find anything in the bins?
Just a load of rubbish.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Oh, what a start. What a start. But that's what you got to look forward to,
totally
boys and girls.
Unscripted as well.
Oh, God. Yeah,
this is downhill from
Yeah,
here.
it really is. Welcome to episode 7. We're here. We're still loving it. We're still having a great time. I'll just get all the housekeeping out the way. Please, 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 please like, share, subscribe. Get on Twitter, follow us. Get on Instagram, follow us. Get on Facebook, follow us. Just please. I'm sick of asking now.
Just follow us.
This is 7 weeks I've been asking. I don't think we've had another like.
Can you believe it's been 7 weeks?
I know. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, 7 weeks ago, we recorded 3 episodes in one.
Yeah.
Saying we was going to do it every 2 weeks. So by now, we'd only be on we'd probably be sitting down for a second recording by now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we made the right decision now.
Definitely. How did you find last week?
It was good fun. Yeah, it was good fun.
I loved it.
It was emotional by the end.
Wasn't it
We were
just?
getting into it. We were getting right into it. I think the fact that we'd had a couple of beers as well was just fueling that.
Yeah.
But it's
helped.
something like a topic we love, isn't it? It's a show we both love and we're quite passionate about. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it. It went on longer than we thought. But
Which
that's
again, I'm loving it. Because that's the best thing is when we say it's going to be an hour, you know if it goes over the hour mark, it's because we're really into it.
Yeah.
It's when you think the Gears of War episode, Love, Death and Robots, because we are that into it. But like, we don't give a shit about that hour mark. Let's carry on talking.
It's just a rough benchmark, isn't it?
Exactly.
The hour.
And what I absolutely love is as well, we told a friend of ours who we used to work with called Goss that we was going to be doing it. And he got back to us a couple of days before recording, didn't he? Saying,
Yeah.
I've got to work from home day. So in the background, I'm watching every episode.
Which is amazing.
And that conversation with him went on for about 4 days, didn't it?
Yeah. Still talking about it now.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So if you're not listened, if you're not up to date yet with the episodes, please go through them and listen because we're absolutely loving it at the minute. I think we've found a nice sort of middle ground of what we're talking about here. So it's not purely film, it's not just game, it's not just TV shows. We're talking about not just serial.
No.
We're just talking about everything and anything.
Just
and
anything we
love.
like. Yeah.
And it seems to be hitting home at the moment.
Yeah, which is always really lovely to have that connection with
Absolutely.
people.
So thank you everyone that has been involved. Thank you to our sponsor, Drew Flanagan Music.
Yes.
Who we need to thank him because we have another jingle for the
new jingle.
episode.
I can't wait to debut that today.
Just as fucking catchy as the first one. We've been singing it.
Yeah, constantly.
And apologies because I fucked up last week and when I was editing with my headphones on back to front and me hood on the wrong way around. I don't know why I missed the cue to put it in there. I messaged you, didn't I? Saying, Ryan, we didn't do a cue for it.
The problem is because we'd had a few drinks, it sort of all just blurred into one. I
Didn't
couldn't really remember exactly what we did. But
Yeah.
I think it's because we introduced it and then went on for
A massive tangent.
And then actually went to talk about Snack of the Week.
And I think that's where I got confused. So apologies, it was in the wrong place, but it was in there.
Still there. It's still
So,
there. We've still got the jingle.
So shout out to Drew Flanagan Music, and we will give him a proper intro when we get to our parts. So just as a bit of an intro, you and me, Ryan, we had a little night out recently, didn't we?
We bloody did. First one for ages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a while, as we said in the last podcast, didn't we? So we obviously went to your house. We had that night out. We went to a German restaurant.
Yeah, like a German pub.
Yeah. So, I was expecting like a currywurst, whatever it's called, hot dog or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had a fish dog with you.
Yeah, fish dog. Didn't know what to expect from that.
No. So obviously you're vegetarian.
Pescatarian.
Pesky.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You've gone for the fish burger. Don't really like fish, but let's give it a go.
Why not? Sounds gross.
Yeah, and it was fish and chips with a
bread.
with a bread bun underneath the fish. I didn't even close it. Just a bread bun.
Well, it's a massive amount of fish, like
Fucking
proper huge amount.
Well, nice.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Very impressed, actually. It was very good. We moved on. We went to a few bars. Your wife took us to some very sketchy clubs to go dancing.
Very sketchy.
We didn't dance.
The less said about that, the better.
You and me sat there and basically just had a bit of social commentary on how people don't wear enough clothes.
Yeah, we were the grumpy old men in the corner. What are like the two old guys from the Muppets that sit at the top of the theatre? It's like Waldorf or something.
Yeah.
That was us.
Everyone was just trying to neck each other and doing whatever. Your wife and her friend Sam were both on the dance floor giving it big licks.
Yeah.
And you and me are sat there going, what is she wearing? How has he not got a coat?
Yes.
Like, what's going on?
Kids, eh?
And then, and this is why I wanted to mention it. So obviously we're men of culture, darling.
We really are.
And we'd had a few. We left the club. I was a bit drunk. I was like, look, we need to go. I've got to pick Lillian up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We went for one last cocktail before we went home. And then your wife decided she wants to out and dance. And, okay, that's fine. We're not going to come. We've had enough now.
Yeah, we're done.
So we got back and you took me up to the spare room. You held my hand, led me up to the spare room.
I really did.
Yeah, which had Avengers bed sheets on. Loved it.
Yeah, I put all the stops out for you.
Absolutely. We then sat there and played with your replica Gimli axe for half an hour.
Full scale replica Gimli axe.
We played with it for way longer than we should have.
Yeah, it's not very often I get to share that with people.
Exactly. You know? We then sat down. Your table plan for your wedding was there, and we just sat there in a pissed up state. I love nights like this. And you just told me your family tree.
Yeah.
And then you showed me this lovely montage picture that your mum made you when you was 18.
Yeah.
And I never knew that you was in a film.
I am in a film, yeah.
Tell people. I don't know how I didn't know this.
Yes, I am an extra in the film Atonement. The Keira Knightley, James McAvoy one, the World War II love drama that came out in 2007, I think. Yeah, they were filming up in Redcar, so that's near where my family up in the northeast where they live, and I'd just finished school 2006, and then my uncle found out about it, applied. There was thousands of extras, do you know what I mean? It's not like
but you were number one.
Yeah, obviously I was number one. They actually called me specifically. Yeah. So yeah, I went up, got fitted for a uniform, had to have my hair cut back when I'd had long luscious locks.
I know you had hair in every one of these pictures. Even your baby pictures, you had more hair than you do now.
Yeah, but so I had to have it cut. The old sort 40s, little bit faded on side, proper comb over. It's
no fade, is it? It's just nothing then hair.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then you had to go back a couple of weeks later. And then I filmed 2 days of filming. I think I got paid £50 a day, but they provided you 3 meals a day. It was just amazing, just on the beach, getting walked around, just ordered. In the full World War II get up, I had to go. It's weird, I had to go to through the makeup trailer and they apply all the dirt and stuff to do your hair properly. And
I'm proper fangirling now.
Yeah, it was incredible, to be fair. But you're just one of thousands of guys there. And obviously, when you're doing that, you desperately want to be in the film, but there's no guarantee.
Of course,
because the shot itself, it follows. There's the camera is basically on a buggy or a quad bike that's just driving around the beach. And then James McAvoy and his two mates, the two other actors, are just walking towards the buggy constantly. And it just sort of drives around the set. And it's one continuous shot. And I'm actually in the film because the group that I was with, we were directed to run towards the sea as if boats were coming. Because it's Dunkirk, basically. It's a replica of Dunkirk. So, we sprint off into the sea. So I run, sprint off literally just behind James McAvoy, go into the sea. But, so I am technically in the film, but you'd never know it was me because it's
because you've got hair.
And I think I have a helmet on as well. And the full uniform. I'm just one of several other soldiers in that shot.
But for those of you that are about to watch Atonement, how can we recognise you, Ryan?
Well, I actually, the only one of that group that rolled up my sleeves.
Clever boy!
So I was the only one that you could go, hey, that's me, the one with the sleeves rolled up. I haven't watched that for years, I think we were invited to a screening. I think all the extras were. So I went to see it in the cinema. I've probably not seen it since about 2007, 2008. So it'd be interesting. I've actually got a copy of it on Blu-ray that I picked up from a charity shop. So it'd be interesting to see Blu-ray if I could actually freeze frame it and see.
Should we do a watch along?
Shall we?
I think we should do a play-by-play watch along with people.
Yeah.
And we can, if we can do it sort of scene by scene, it'd be a bit of a longer episode, but we'll get people to like start it with us, and I think that'd be really cool. And then we can we'll call the episode "There He Is."
Yeah, there he is.
and the film just stops when there he is.
Yeah, that like literally half a second I'm there, just a blur in the background.
So we'll leave it a couple of months, but we are definitely doing a watch along just to find right. It's like where's Wally, but where's Ryan in the film Atonement.
You never, like I say, you won't be able to tell it's me at all.
Well, you will because you've got your sleeves rolled up.
Well, yeah, there is that, but you wouldn't be able to pick me out of a lineup. Do you know what I mean? I've got some great pictures though, like behind the scenes that like my uncle took and stuff. So I've got some nice pictures from it. It was quality. Yeah, it was quality. Saw James McAvoy.
Yeah, you said he's very small, didn't you?
He was very short. Yeah, a lot shorter than I thought he was going to be. And I was only 16 at the time, so little guy.
Interesting. Yeah, so I learned a lot about you. It was just one of those really weird drunken nights that I love. You go home at that right level of pissed.
Yeah,
we opened another beer. We really didn't need that extra beer. I don't even think you opened.
I don't think I opened mine.
We don't need that extra beer. And then we just had this lovely chat about your family tree, and we spoke about you being in Atonement, and it was great. And then that's the point where we should have gone to bed. But we didn't.
No. I was sat in front of the TV at that point. What should we watch?
Right. So this is it, isn't it? Obviously, we do this podcast. We're quite into pop culture. We love our films. We love a TV show. We love everything. We could have gamed. We could have smashed some Rocket League. But no, you went to find Queer Eye.
Yes.
More than a makeover, because we're both massive fans of the show.
Particularly Jonathan Van Ness.
JVN. We got talking about how much we love JVN.
Yes.
And we decided we love Queer Eye. But neither of us have watched a lot of Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness.
Getting Curious with JVN.
So we sat and we watched an episode of Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness where he was just talking about bugs and creepy crawlies.
Yeah.
And it was just the greatest thing ever because it was either, what was it, gross
or gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Gross.
Gorgeous.
And then that was just us for the next hour until we were about to pass out and go sleep.
Yeah, couldn't see anymore. Just I closed my eyes and all I could see is Jonathan Van Ness.
So I think what we're going to do in today's episode is we are going to look at some trailers. There's been a few trailers dropped for films, a couple for games that we thought we'd have a look at. So I think we should decide, in honor of our boy JVN, whether the trailer is gross or gorgeous. What do you reckon?
Okay, yeah.
Should we do that?
Yeah,
fantastic.
I like that.
So that section.
Oh, you got to say it in that.
Yeah, of course.
in his voice as well.
So that section is going to be sponsored by Jonathan Van Ness.
Fantastic.
And the annoying thing is, I can't be asked to edit it, but if I could, I would definitely edit JVN into this.
Oh yeah, that would be. You know what?
If I can find a soundbite,
you got a soundbite of it from Getting Curious.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Gross.
Gorgeous or gross?
Fantastic. Yeah. Right. So, I said
this was not planned.
It was not planned. I said to you, didn't I? I said, I'm sure I had something for the intro and I can't remember what it was. I knew I wanted to talk to you about something and I could not remember. And it just popped into my head because I walked in the kitchen and my Jonathan Van Ness mug was on the side.
Right,
I was like, JVN, that's what I want to talk about.
I love that mug.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Should we get into snack of the week?
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot. It's quite late for us for snack of the week.
It is quite late for us. Now, we don't really need any snacks because you come round and I have filled you up with snacks.
You've done a fantastic job tonight of being host.
Pizzas, got some garlic breads, and I found Goose Island, the beer. They had beer battered halloumi fries.
Unreal.
Goose Island beer battered mac and cheese balls. So we've just sat and shoveled our face for the past hour.
Yeah.
Watching the trailers that we should have watched for the episode.
Doing the prep work 5 minutes before.
So as always, every single week until the end of Into the Podcast, which will be when we both die.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this forever.
Yeah.
This section will be sponsored by Drew Flanagan Music.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
And there he is, the sexy little man. Obviously, we just played that in the studio.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not going to fuck up the editing this week. So that's Drew Flanagan Music, the very sensual young man. So please check him out on YouTube, get him followed on Instagram, on Facebook. He would very much appreciate it. He sent me through loads of his tracks the other day.
Yeah. Same.
Oh my God, I'm loving them.
So good. Just need to get them on Spotify.
And this is the problem. Get them on Spotify, Drew, because I love having them on WhatsApp, but get them on Spotify.
I know.
Because then at the end of the year, when we talk about that again, our most played person could be Drew Flanagan Music.
Yeah, exactly. 2023 wrapped.
Exactly. So let's not talk about this much longer so I don't forget where to put in the soundbite like I did last week.
Good point.
And I've treated you again. I treat you too much. I treat you like my
You
own.
really do. Look after me.
I've doubled snack of the week.
Oh, my days.
I have.
Best episode ever.
I have indeed. We also forgot to take the picture of the last snack of the week, so we've got to take a picture of these before.
Oh, yeah, of course. It was the raspberry...
It was the Raspberry Mars.
Raspberry Smash.
Which, when we got
Mars.
home mega pissed, I ate mine.
You did.
It was such a
you did.
perfect after piss up
I
snack.
found the wrapper just lost, like thrown somewhere in the kitchen.
Smudged up on the wall.
Yeah.
It was covered in fucking caramel. I just needed to put it there.
Yeah.
So, snack one is a whoopie.
Oh, whoopie.
I thought...
What is a whoopie?
If Ryan's coming to my house, I think we should share some whoopie. And I think it's time that we had some whoopie together, mate.
I'm looking forward to having some whoopie together.
So, again, these were a very special treat found in Pound Stretcher.
Classic.
And they basically just look to me, well, they say chocolate sandwich cakes. They're just a cheap version of wagon wheels.
Oh, I love a wagon wheel.
I love a wagon wheel. I prefer a jammy wagon wheel.
Yeah.
But these, oh my God, these are a lot thicker though.
They're quite beastly.
So
Kind of look like a tea cake.
you get yourself onto the whoopie, my
The
friend.
whoopie. Okay.
And yeah,
This is good.
it does. Oh,
Thanks.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, cheers.
Is for the whoopie, my friend. Okay. Not the best flavour.
No.
Very coconutty.
Yeah, I'm not a big coconut
I'm
fan.
not either. Okay.
Okay, I'm putting that down.
Yeah, me too. I don't want
Yeah.
not much to say about him. Yeah, they are covered in this white cake. Let's have a look.
Oh my God, it's so coconutty.
Milk chocolate coated sandwich with marshmallow filling. It's not, it's coconut.
That is definitely coconut.
And for snack number 2,
It's quite dry as well, that whoopie.
it's a fucking good job I got these and I got us drinks.
Oh,
for snack
yes. I
number
was
2.
just thinking I really need somewhere to wash down.
that bite of whoopie. Right, let's get rid of them because they're fucking grim.
They were terrible. I mean, the worst snack.
That's
yeah.
the worst snack of the week, yeah.
We only managed like a little bite each. Oh my God, my mouth's so dry. It's like literally absorbed all the moisture
I know.
from my body.
But we can wash that down, my friend, with Virgil's handcrafted root beer.
Oh my God.
I found this down the American aisle, so I'm assuming this... Is it American? Is it? Yes, it is. It's a product of the USA. You know how, like, all Tesco's and shit have the American section now? Or
Yeah.
I found this down there, and I was like, I've never had root beer in my life.
I don't know what root beer is.
I have no idea. Now, I could have gone nice because they had a vanilla flavour or a black cherry flavour, and black cherry is my favourite flavour.
Yeah.
But I thought, no, if we're doing this, it's only fair that we go original root beer.
Original.
If we're going to go American, we're going to do it properly. Sniff test.
Sniff test.
Oh, that smells fucking awful.
I can't think of what it actually smells of.
No. Root. Mouthwash. Mouthwash.
It's mouthwash. Yeah, 100%.
Colgate. Right. Chin chin, my friend.
Cheers.
Here is to Virgil's handcrafted root beer brought to you by Drew Flanagan Music.
What a random sentence I bet there that you thought you'd never ever say.
I don't think Drew ever thought anyone would say it either. That is the weirdest experience.
Oh my God, that is mouthwash.
That is mouthwash, but sweet mouthwash. How do you feel?
Like my mouth's really clean.
I don't think you should use this for bedtime, mate.
That is such a weird flavour.
Okay,
So it's a soft drink. So Virgil's root beer, flavoured soft drink.
oh, it's got caffeine and gluten in it. Cane sugar. That's all I can read. Fresh and beverage tastes. Oh, fuck knows.
So root beer then is just a soft drink.
Yeah, plain caramel,
Yeah.
citric acid, cane sugar, natural flavouring. So I don't know why it tastes of fucking Colgate.
It's such a weird. I'm going to have a little bit more.
Yeah, we need to check the ingredients on Colgate later as well.
Oh my God, that is. That's literally like Listerine or something.
It's a weird experience because it's very Moorish.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's so much better than the whoopee. That was terrible.
Oh, right, say something when I drink.
Okay. You put me on the spot now and I'm nervous.
I really like that.
I'll probably...
I'm telling you now, you don't know how to feel about it. Take your hand off it. In a couple of minutes, you'll go straight back for that.
Oh, yeah, I will.
You've got a Vimto next to you, you'll go for that.
It's quite nice and refreshing because it's cold.
Yeah. Oh, I got it straight in the fridge, mate. I got it nice and early as well, so I'll get it chilled for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Does Mrs. Chedden treat you this good?
She doesn't. I'm moving in here.
I love you, Claire, but you're going to have to step your game up, mate. You need to start giving him some whoopee.
The key to any healthy marriage.
If I don't give him whoopee, he doesn't like whoopee. Well, I don't know. You've had whoopee with me. Maybe you like whoopee with Claire.
Yeah, we can try it.
Oh, I bought them purely for that joke, and it's not as funny as I thought.
Oh, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we happy with feeling good?
Move on.
Let's move on. I think that's enough for Whoopi and Virgil's root beer.
The picture's so cool, though. I
Yeah,
like
it's
the picture.
cool as fuck. It was the picture. Although I'm definitely going to try the vanilla and red. They're quite expensive, though.
Are they?
Yeah, it's about £2 a bottle. Which I suppose isn't much different to a fucking price of a Fanta now, is it?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's true.
Right. We're going to do a top 5.
We bloody are. We didn't do one last week.
Absolutely not. So we said most weeks we would either do a 60-second recommendation or a top 5. So what we thought we'd do this week is both. Because by week 7, we're running out of content.
Didn't take as long, did it?
It really didn't.
Yeah.
This was one of those weeks where we was both really busy.
Yeah, it's been super busy.
And we've not had time to watch anything. We've barely gamed.
I'm really disappointed about that.
I've had a little bit of Call of Duty.
We had about an hour or so of Call of Duty on Monday, which is the first time I played it in like about 10 days or something.
Yeah,
Maybe the
and-
week before. Yeah.
That's it. I've had absolutely no telly, no films.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit short on it. That's why the trailers came in handy.
Yeah. And to be fair, there's a lot of really good films to talk about that are coming out. So it was a
Absolutely.
really good shout to do that, I think.
Definitely. So this week, this got brought up by Drew Flanagan of Drew Flanagan Music. So he sponsors Snack of the Week. He now sponsors 60-second recommendation. And he was the one that gave us the idea for this top 5.
And he's our only listener.
Your mum listens.
Oh, yeah.
And listens.
I don't think she does, actually. I think she just likes our
she
content.
likes everything we do.
Yeah, don't actually listen to
And the
it.
thing is, now what I'm going to say is, if you are listening, Mrs. Chedden, we've never met, but what I do like is that you don't just like our pictures, you react to every one of our pictures. You either love it or you do the laughy face, like you fully react.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's just a little bit more than a thumbs up, because I find a thumbs up very patronising. Don't thumbs
Just
up, mate.
mocking you.
Yeah. Oh, well done.
Yeah, nice one.
Oh, well
Yeah,
done.
twat.
You took a pretty picture about your podcast, you prick.
Get a real job.
I got a message today from our good friend and listener Magdalena saying, just catching up on your podcast. I also fucking hate Jamie Oliver.
Of all the things to
Yeah.
take from the podcast.
Yeah, so if anyone's not listened, Jamie Oliver was Prick of the Week 2 weeks ago. Sponsored by Drew Flanagan Music. Top 5. Let's go on it. Top
5
5
minutes of...
Absolute bollocks. So, top 5 this week. Drew asked us, I said to him, do you want us to do a top 5? Is there anything you're interested in? And he gave us, which is something we had discussed previously. So we pulled it in now. Top 5 pop culture weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Weapons from films, from TV shows, books, comics, fucking video games, any weapon. Let's be honest, they will exist. Gimli's axe, mate. We've played with it.
We have played with it.
You and me jumped on your spare bed and played with the lightsabers.
Yeah. Like Force FX
fucking
lightsabers.
5-year-olds.
Yeah. I had a great time.
We know they are real.
Exactly.
So this is a really, really good one, because things like, we've done vehicles and things like that. I just love objects, inanimate objects that become their own character.
Yeah.
And I think that, like the vehicles, this is another one of them, that a weapon can become a character or an extension of a character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where would, I'm trying to say one that I don't think you'll have. Okay, so Indiana Jones, I'm assuming you haven't gone for that.
No, I have not gone for that.
Where would Indiana Jones be without his whip?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sort of thing.
It's iconic as well, isn't it?
Iconic,
He's
yeah.
that the whip is just as much a part of his character as the way he talks, the way he acts. It's literally part of him.
Definitely. And so, for example, I've got this pretty cool mug that my daughter bought me last year. It's a big mug and it's got something like 50 pictures on it, little tiny pictures, and it's a Guess the Film mug.
Nice,
And
that's cool.
So this is a perfect example of that. Indiana Jones is the Hat and the Whip.
Right. Oh yeah.
So it's things like that. So I'd like you to go first, Ryan, because you're a very pretty man.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I feel we might have a lot the same.
Do you think?
I think we're going to have a couple the same, yeah.
Probably. I actually found this one quite easy,
Me too.
and I'm
Yeah.
surprised because there's so many iconic weapons.
I think the thing is, this is definitely going to be more subjective.
Oh yeah,
Because if you are into swords and axes, you're going to pick swords and axes. So for me, as we just said, Indiana Jones's whip is so iconic, it would be on every list that you search.
yeah,
Not for me. I've got no interest in a whip.
yeah. No,
I
same.
wouldn't have one.
And I think with this, I don't know, probably similar to a lot of the lists that we've done. If I was to do this list again, I could probably have 5 different things
Yes.
and be happy with them.
Mhm.
But I think you're totally right that this one's just going to be totally down to personal preferences. So
Definitely, yeah.
my list a lot of the weapons will be of no surprise because they'll be from things that I like.
Lord of the Rings.
Things that we've talked about.
Of
But
course, yeah.
I'll give you a shocking fact straight away.
Go on
Nothing
then.
from Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah, no Lord of the
I
Rings.
thought we'd have Aragorn's sword.
Sword, Anduril, Flame
Anduril.
of the West.
Yep.
No, doesn't make it.
Wow.
Mm.
I purposely, when I was giving the example, didn't go for that because I thought
Yeah.
you had it.
I mean, it is cool. I do like it. I don't. Is it? It's right. Okay, it's iconic. But in the book, he has that sword as soon as he leaves Rivendell. So
Yeah.
right at the start, and then carries it throughout. But in the films, they changed that, and he only gets it right at the end, like halfway through the 3rd film.
Yeah.
So it'd be weird. So I don't know. I just feel like that took away a bit of its magic
Okay,
a little bit
fair.
from the films. It's still really cool. At the end of the day, it doesn't have anything particularly magic or different about it. I know it's a sword that chopped the ring off Sauron's finger
We're
back in the
talking
day.
magic.
Not necessarily magic, but you know what I mean? Does it have anything overly unique?
Yeah.
Other than
Okay, I get-
it's,
yeah, I
it's
get
a
what you're
cool sword.
It's a cool sword. That's
but,
it. Yeah.
But what's to make it different to any other really cool sword?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So
Anyway, I've not given you one yet. So
I was gonna say, so what's your first one then, Dick?
my first one, okay, I'll go for something we've talked about a lot, Gears of War, and I've gone for the Lancer.
I have also got the Lancer.
It's just incredible. It's such a cool gun. So the Lancer is a machine gun, pretty standard for any shooter game, but the main difference and what sets it apart from any other weapon is that it's got a chainsaw on the front of it. And there is nothing more satisfying than when you're playing that game and you are chainsawing people to absolute pieces.
Yeah.
It is.
When you've got wretches running at you,
Yeah.
that they're little bastards and they fucking jump away from bullets.
Yeah.
Just, it doesn't matter. Run at me, bro.
yeah,
Because I've got my
just run at
chainsaw
me.
out.
Yeah, just come at me.
I'm
And-
not even going to come to you. You come to me.
Yeah, and they're just, you rip them to pieces. Blood splatters everywhere. It's so over the top, and it's just so satisfying.
So there's one more thing satisfying than lancing a wretch is when you come across another guy
Yeah.
with a lancer and you have the lancer
They're
battle.
like it's a duel, and you have to mash the button,
Yeah.
to not lose it.
That is the coolest thing because you know you're winning. It,
Yeah.
don't matter what difficulty you're playing on, you're winning that lancer.
Oh,
battle.
yeah, yeah.
Every single.
It's-
The only time you don't is if you've looked down and you've missed it.
Yeah, or if you're playing online.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fairs. Yeah, they do like to kill you on that.
Yeah, so, but it's just so cool. Like, if you start to like chainsaw someone, and then you make so you come up, and then we're both chainsawing the same guy, or someone does it from behind. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just so satisfying. And that was the gun that was introduced in Gears of War 1, and it is still the main weapon, Gears of War
The
5.
whole way through,
So
and it always will be.
it doesn't need to change because it's already perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first one. I've done these; they're in no particular order.
Of course, they never will be. Will
No,
they?
it's too hard.
So I'm going to go. Obviously, I've got that. So I'm going to go for the other one. I assume you have, which is the lightsaber.
I have the lightsaber.
Of course. It's so hard. Well, what the fuck do you say about the lightsaber? To me, I mean, this is number one. To me, it would always be number one
I'd probably say number one as well.
because they are just.
We just said we wouldn't.
but do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the top. That is the first one I wrote.
Yeah.
It was the first one I wrote because this is just the most iconic greatest weapon in pop culture.
Yes.
In my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, and the best thing about it is, if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you can pick out the difference between Vader's, Luke's, Mace Windu's. You know, you can pick out your favorites.
Yeah.
But if you don't, they all look the same. They're still fucking cool.
Yeah.
And until the bloody, I mean, so for me, I love the lightsaber, but I love the dark saber as well.
Yeah, it's cool.
And there's so many different variations of it that are just so fucking badass. I mean, that was more of a sword than a lightsaber, isn't it? But until the color comes out, you don't know what you're expecting.
Yeah.
You double enders.
Double ender.
We
Darth Maul
love a
turned up in
double
that.
ender, mate.
Oh, unreal.
That that would have been the first time we've seen anything like that. There wasn't anything in the first three, was there? Not.
No.
I'm just trying to think. There wasn't like a background character with something like that. Was there?
No. First three, it was very much Luke's blue one, Luke's green one, Vader's red one.
Yeah, that was it. When that came into it, different fucking game now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different game when that steps up. There's nothing you can say about the lightsaber other than it is the greatest.
It's just so cool. I mean, I love swords anyway, and this is like you saw sword on steroids. It's the ultimate fantasy sword, fantasy weapon. And I think, like we said before, the lightsaber becomes part of the character.
Definitely.
So you can
who's Luke without his lightsaber?
Yeah, and like it like transitions. Like obviously Luke has the blue one, and then he has his green one, which probably has his green one because his blue one wouldn't show up when they were filming outside in Tatooine. But I love his green one. It's just incredible. And then you got the red one for the Sith and stuff. So little bits like that. And even if you've never seen Star Wars, have no interest in Star Wars, you know what a lightsaber is.
You know exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah,
you know
can make
how
the
it comes
noises.
out.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's it's one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic weapon of all time.
I think so. And I would like to hear from listeners if anyone, again, it's very subjective. Do you agree with us? Can you come to us with something different? So, for example, when we spoke about this earlier on Teams when we was definitely working, I said, obviously the big battle between Star Wars, Star Trek. A lot of people will say, what about the phaser?
Yeah.
It's not for me.
That doesn't do it for me.
Fair, someone might come to us go, no, the phaser gun is way more iconic. I think, again, if you put a lightsaber in front of anyone, they'd know it's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
If you put a phaser in front of everyone, they wouldn't know what it is.
Yeah, totally agree.
And I'm not saying it's better or it's worse because I'm not a Star Trek fan, sorry. I don't watch Star Trek. So if I was, maybe I'd have more of an argument for it. But I just think iconic-wise, this is what I love and this is what everyone knows.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think from here on out, we should be fine. We've gone through 4 already just because I knew we'd have them both.
Yeah.
That's why I brought that one out next.
Yeah. Like you said, it was the first one I wrote down.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Go on.
And I've got 5 Force FX ones at home.
You have? Oh my God, they're so cool.
Next one, I've gone for, it's a little bit cheeky because it's actually 2 weapons in one.
Interesting.
Any guess?
No.
Really? It's from one of my favourite films of all time, Aliens, and it is Ripley's pulse rifle and flamethrower combination.
Oh my God, yes. Okay.
So the pulse rifle is such a cool weapon anyway. It's just, for those that don't know, it is basically a machine gun. It's got a pump action grenade on the end. It makes a really distinctive sound. Very iconic. And, when we play like the Aliens games, I absolutely love having a pulse rifle because the sound is just unique. So that's a cool weapon on its own. But then how do you make that even better? You get a flamethrower.
Fucking flamethrower.
And literally sellotape and belt it to it. So you've got a flamethrower, pulse rifle, grenade launcher combination. All the badassery you would ever need for killing hordes of aliens, the alien queen, and, generally fucking shit up.
Yeah, fucking everything up there.
Yeah.
Fucking the problem is I cannot compete with that with my next 3. Fuck. That's so cool. Yeah, you're right. I mean, let's be honest, badassery is all it is.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Ripley is one of the most fucking badass
One of my favourite characters
of all time.
Yeah.
And she deserves the gun that shows what she is.
Yeah, and the gun almost represents who she is as character, doesn't she?
Definitely.
She starts off in Alien and the first Alien. She's quite like just a terrified survivor, like everyone. And then second one, she's mixed with all these badass hombre, space marine type guys. These colonial marines. But she's still the most badass.
definitely. Oh, fucking
You
too
know?
right.
Yeah. None of them have a pulse rifle.
Pulse rifle
flamethrower. Even
flamethrower.
Vasquez with a crazy Gatling gun thingy.
That's pretty cool.
That is
But
really cool.
We've seen Gatling guns before.
Yeah. And Ripley's just the best.
Yeah.
So I love Ripley. I love that gun.
I'll tell you what.
So
Then.
I don't know if I'd class as cheating because it's 2 in 1. But
No,
I'm going to say
absolutely
sellotaping 2 weapons together. That makes it 1.
It does make it 1. That's how it works.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Come on, bro. Come on. I don't
I'll
want
get Ripley on you.
I don't know. No. So what I'm going to do is then this definitely won't beat it, but you've gone from one badass woman, so I'm going to bring another badass woman to the table. The Chakram.
The Chakram. Xena.
Xena, the warrior princess.
Please do the noise. Not the noise that Chakram. The noise she does when she like throws it.
Oh, right. Because when it is, it goes ting, ting, every time.
Yeah. Her like bellow that she does.
Oh, what's that? Is that like... That,
Yeah. Yeah,
thing?
there you go. That was good. That was good. You nailed that.
Oh, dear. Is that okay?
We should rewatch Xena.
We've been saying this, haven't we?
Yeah.
We said we were going to... was going to do like a Patreon thing where we watch Young Hercules.
Young Hercules. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
is
Gosling.
in Young Hercules.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Because this was just as we was talking about doing this podcast, we got on, I think the conversation went on for 3 days.
Yeah.
We kept coming back to it and it was Xena Hercules. And then when I was Googling it, like, shit, if we do this podcast, we should definitely do a side thing on this. Then I found out there was a Young Hercules with a fucking child Ryan Gosling as Young Hercules.
Can't believe it.
So yeah, we'll watch it and we can start doing that as Xena episode of the week or something.
Yeah. Incredible. Love
Xena's so, fuck me, she's so cool. Lucy Lawless. as
Lucy
well.
Lawless. Oh, just such a crush
beautiful,
on
yeah.
Lucy Lawless.
Growing up, her, and I can't remember, what was her little psychic name, the blonde lass?
Gabrielle, I want to say.
Yeah, and there was always a bit of a mix-up between them two of like, well, I've got a crush on both of these, but
Yeah.
I don't want to cheat on the other.
That's it. I did have that as well.
But
Yeah.
Xena was way more badass.
Oh, easily.
And then she stepped in Spartacus and we saw Lucy Lawless in another light.
Yes, the light that we always wanted to see.
Our 12-year-old boy fantasy all came true in that film, in that TV show, didn't it? It's just such a cool fucking weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, tell us about the weapon. What is it?
So, now, hold on. I need to get, where's my phone? Because I'm trying to remember what the little thing in the encryption in the middle is.
Oh, yeah.
Chakram weapon. Here it is. So it's like, all right, I've got a picture of it up. Oh, no, it's not. So it's basically just like a round circle, so to speak, with a bit that you hold in the middle.
Yeah.
It's one massive razor that you
Yeah.
swing around. I could have sworn blind it had an encryption around the side of it, but it doesn't. So unless that was in something else I saw. So basically just a circle, holds in the middle, and she just flings it, uses it as a boomerang, and it takes bitches down.
Yes.
She's cool as shit. Obviously, she does the whole before she throws it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so cool. And
It was
also,
so cool.
it made me think of Xena the Warrior Princess again. And I'll be honest with you, probably thought about her more than the weapon
Yeah.
whilst I was thinking about this.
Well, that weapon is iconic for her character.
Absolutely. You think of Xena, you think of the Chakram.
Yeah. Not first.
Not third.
Fourth, maybe? I don't...
Oh God, we've proper turned to teenage boys here. I get a little bit hot under the collar thinking about it. I should have gone for Hercules.
Paused right here for a
In
second.
fact, I feel the same about Hercules, to be fair. What was his name?
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
Was
Remember
that
when we
the
spoke about this when we was playing was playing Rocket League and Drew just went off on this massive run. He knows everything about that guy, doesn't he?
Yeah. Kevin Sorbo, he lives at this address.
He literally was like that. He's like, oh, did you know that he went drinking in this pub 3 days ago? We're like, are you okay, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I obviously not as badass as Ripley, but for me growing up, she was the badass woman in my life. She was the badass woman in my life every week watching the
I think
episode.
it was a Sunday evening, was it? Like a
I
Sunday
think
night
it
the
might have
episodes
been,
were on?
yeah. So every week I got to watch her being badass as fuck, throwing
Yeah.
that chakram and just being
Yeah, I totally get
outstanding.
that. Lots of love for
So
Xena.
my third weapon is Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless, yeah. Yeah, chakram included.
Chakram included, yeah. So
Did you
what
ever
got-
play the Xena game?
I fucking did, mate.
Oh,
yes.
mate, that was such a good game.
It was cool as shit, wasn't it?
And in that one, you could throw the chakram and then you like followed it behind and
Yeah.
you could direct it
Yes,
where it
yes,
went,
you could.
which was cool. Because there was a Cyclops right at the start and you could throw it into his eye.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I would love to replay that game.
There was that, and there was another one that they used to play two at the same time. There was that, and I think one was called like Rome or something, where he was basically just like a Spartan.
Right.
And there was that at the same time for the original Xbox, was it? Or PS2?
I think Xena was PS1.
Was it PS1? Was
Yeah,
it?
I think so.
Fucking hell, that was a while back. But yeah, I used to play them two all the time. I really liked that era and just swords and fucking taking down massive, colossal giants and shit. And yeah, it's cool. Right, what's your next one, broski?
What's this one? Number 4.
Mhm.
Okay, I've gone for a very random one. That's not associated necessarily with one person, but a group.
Okay.
And I've gone for the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
So have I.
No way!
I never thought you'd pull that.
What? Such a random choice.
Yeah, no, yeah, I went for that because not only that as well, it then appeared in Worms and it was the greatest
Yeah,
weapon in
yeah,
Worms.
it's-
between that and the banana bomb.
Oh,
But yeah.
I love the banana bomb.
Weirdly enough, literally just before you come round, whilst I was chucking food in the oven, I was rewatching the clip of when he's reading the
Reading the instructions, it's like, is it like you count to 3?
Count to 3,
no
never
more.
4.
Not 4 is too many or something, isn't it?
5, we will never get to.
Yeah, 5 is way off. 2 is not enough. 3, count to 3.
Oh, God.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What a film!
What a film. I can't believe we both pulled that.
I know. I'm very shocked.
I genuinely, when you said I've got a random one here, I thought, you what? You got random, bro. Wait till you hear mine.
Oh, it's so good. It's not really in the film that much. I think they bring it out literally for that scene, if
It's
I
just that
remember, to kill a rabbit, isn't
Yeah,
it? And
yeah, that's it.
With the instructions, it's in its little box, and like the priests bring it out.
They
and
chant,
then, yeah, and then King Arthur, pulls a little like crucifix pin out
And
of
he
it.
goes, 1, 2, 5.
1, 2, 5. What?
3.
What? And just chucks it and kills a killer rabbit.
Oh my God. Honestly, I'm so happy you pulled that because I never in a million years thought you'd go.
I love Monty Python. It's not something that I don't think we've ever talked about.
We've
Monty
never
Python.
discussed it, no.
I love Monty Python. I think it was for my 16th birthday. I don't know if it was my sister. I think my sister or my mum bought me a coconut just so we
Really?
could. And then my mate Ed came round and was basically my patsy.
That is outstanding.
Yeah.
We shall do that.
Oh yeah.
In fact,
definitely.
Max, who we're hoping is going to be in the next couple of episodes, a friend of ours, is going to guest on.
The first guest.
We are going to a sausage and cider festival together, aren't we? Randomly.
Yeah, I'm
so
excited for that.
I think we should get a coconut for that.
Let's do it.
I'm down. We'll film it.
Should we just fully dress up?
Yeah, I'm
Shall I
down.
be dressed as Arthur, King of the Britons?
Yes. Yes, please. Oh my God.
We need to do a Monty Python episode as well.
I'm down, mate.
I
I'm 100% down for
love Monty Python. I don't think I've watched all of Flying Circus because there's so much of it, but I've watched hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
worth.
that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen all of it. God, no.
But yeah, I've been meaning to rewatch a lot of it as well, so it'd be cool to do an episode. But yeah, Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Who knew?
Who knew? Of all of them, that's the one that I actually thought that the chakram you might have had. I thought it might have been
Really?
in there. Yeah, never in a million years that.
Yeah, I didn't think of that because I think when I saw Xena, going back to Xena recently, like the swords and stuff in it are absolutely terrible.
Oh,
they are
yeah.
so obviously like polystyrene swords. They look shocking. But so I totally forgot about the chakram.
Right.
Yeah.
So my last one, I don't think you'd expect it from me, but I have had a soft spot for this weapon since I was a kid, and I still have it now to the point where I actually want a replica.
Right.
Green Lantern's power ring.
Okay.
I think it is one of because I was thinking about the gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, and this and the other, kind of powerless without the stones, but even with it, it's cool. It is what it is. But to me, it is just the greatest concept for a weapon in comic book.
I don't even know what it is. I've never seen Green Lantern.
Have you not?
No.
So he wears his ring and uses willpower to do whatever the fuck he wants. So if he's got a rocket flying at him, he can get his ring to just zoom, this massive fist, and the fist will punch it.
Right,
Or
okay.
he can go zoom, and a brick wall. Whatever the fuck he can will up,
Yeah.
he can make the ring do.
That's
It
cool.
makes him fly. That's how they all fly. So it turns into a bubble, goes in a bubble around him.
Yeah.
They fly like that. I just think it is such a cool concept. Growing up, I had this little fake ring and you pressed it and it went and had the little green
No
mask
way.
and shit. I loved it.
That's
I thought
cool.
It was so cool. And to this day, whilst I was moving the other day, I found that little mask.
No way.
It's in a box outside. If I find it, I'm going to stick it in one of the... I've got so many boxes out there. But one of the giveaway prizes.
One of the mystery boxes.
Yeah, I'm going to stick in my fucking Green Lantern mask.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, I just think it's so cool. It's such a clever, great concept of you can make it do. It is just a ring. Of course, it's just a ring. And actually, sellability for toys and replicas, it's just a fucking ring. But it can do whatever you want. Whatever you have the will to do, will to think up, this ring will do it for you. And that has stayed with me. And I'm not the biggest, DC fan, if I'm honest. I'm definitely not a big Green Lantern fan.
Yeah.
It's just that concept to me is genius.
That's cool. It is cool. Yeah, like that. I had no idea because, like I said, I've never seen Green Lantern. I've never read it. No, don't really know anything about.
Yeah, good for you that
Green
you've not
Lantern.
seen it though. Well done.
Yeah, and that's probably another reason why I haven't seen it because everyone said it's absolute garbage.
Yeah, apparently the comics are brilliant,
Yeah,
but I've never really got around to it. I don't even think I've got quite a lot of graphic novels upstairs, but I never tended to go to DC if it wasn't Batman. The majority of my comics or graphic novels are all Batman.
same actually.
In fact, to quickly going off topic, I have just recently got back into buying comics. So I buy comics from Forbidden Planet, and I've got a few on order. I've just got through the Obi-Wan series. I've had some others come.
Yeah.
And I got an email today saying my last comic book of The Mandalorian will be with me. Completely forgetting that they're bringing out a new comic book of the Riddler based on Paul Dano's Riddler in the Batman.
No way.
Yeah. So they're bringing out a new comic of that, and that's coming in a couple of weeks.
So
That's
cool.
going to be such a cool fucking
That
comic
is
book
very,
series.
very cool.
I'll lend you one when
Yeah,
they've come,
I'll
so I
appreciate
think
that.
you'll really enjoy that.
Yeah, nice one.
Cool. What's your fifth?
My last one. Again, a bit of a random choice, but from another one of my favorite films. And it's not really anything special. It's not even a weapon, really. It's a cricket bat.
From Shaun of the Dead.
Absolutely.
Yes, boy.
It's just what more to say?
Yeah.
It's just it's zombie apocalypse film. What do you grab? You grab the nearest thing that's going to hurt someone. Most people, anyone that is into cricket, or even I wasn't even into that cricket. I had a cricket bat growing up. What a great weapon to bash zombies' heads in.
I still don't think that's the greatest weapon in the film, though.
What about the pool cues?
The scene when they're in the garden throwing records.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
And they get to bat dance, and they're like, no, don't throw that. Don't throw bat dance. 1988 bat dance.
Oh, so good. But yeah, just and what I love
I
about
agree.
it is its Britishness. And I know I'm not a cricket bat isn't obviously exclusive to like England or Britain, but it is something you'd associate.
It's
like,
stereotypical.
yeah, and like that's what and one of the many, many, many reasons why it sets it apart from like it's American contemporaries. You don't see anyone using a cricket bat in like Hollywood films, so that's so cool. I mean, Shaun of the Dead is an iconic film, isn't it? The characters are in it are iconic. All the scenes. It's one of those films I can quote probably
I think you're right.
word for word. I've seen it hundreds of times. Love Edgar Wright.
We've spoke about this, haven't we?
I just want Edgar Wright to come on this podcast. That would be my ultimate dream.
Well, you're taking over Twitter, right? And you've started taking over Twitter, and the reason I gave you Twitter was you got Edgar Wright to respond to a message, didn't you? On your
Yeah, I
own
was
personal?
tweeting on his. This was years and years ago, and I used Twitter quite a bit. And he was on about something like I think he was doing like a Q&A or something down in London. And I just tweeted asking a question about it, and he just responded to my questions. I was like, oh my God, proper fangirl. Like, oh my God, Edgar Wright just responded to my tweet.
It's the weirdest feeling. I remember when Kevin Smith liked one of my tweets.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just like, oh my God.
I mean, even that itself is so good. Can you imagine if Edgar Wright came on here?
I know. So that's your
That is
thing,
my
isn't it?
dream. So I'm literally, the first thing I did as soon as I logged onto the Twitter account was follow Edgar Wright, his account. So I think all I'm going to do is just harass him
I'll do it.
until he comes on the podcast.
So I wish I could remember a name now. When I did Sorry You're in My Seat podcast, which is still going, everyone should go give them a listen because they're two very funny guys. I used to do that with them, and there was this woman that we used to just hound on Twitter.
Right.
And she's basically like a Z star. She just did extras constantly, but
Yeah.
her role was, she lived in London. Her role was basically she was trying to make it big, and it was our mission to get this woman into a Marvel film.
Right, okay.
And all we did, we just hounded her Twitter constantly, just big in what like proper hype. We had no idea who this woman was.
Yeah.
Or we just found her. I think she wrote on one of our comments, was like, "Who's this woman?" We saw that she just did like a lot of like extras and like side parts, and we just hype manned her
Yeah.
for months and months and months. We was trying to get her on. We was like, we will get this woman in a Marvel film. We want her to play Black Widow or something like that. So yeah, your thing is you need to get us Edgar Wright on this show.
Oh, that would literally be the greatest day of my life.
To come to Lincoln to sit at the shitty wooden table. Where
We could travel. We could travel to London.
no, he can come here. Well, he can have a whoopee.
Edgar Wright is not going to be. We're not going to,
Why?
disgrace ourselves by giving him a fucking whoopee.
Look, why are
It's not
you?
even good enough for us, and we're trash.
Why are you putting us below Edgar Wright? We
the
are.
man is a legend.
We are the fucking stars of Into the Podcast.
I'm
Ryan.
a star of Atonement as well.
Yeah, exactly. Was he in Atonement? No.
No, he wasn't. But if he directed it, it'd probably been
Way better.
way better.
You wouldn't have been in it.
That's probably why.
Where was we? What did you say?
Cricket bat.
Cricket bat. Sorry.
We're talking about cricket bats here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. And again,
Or-
as I mentioned earlier, if I said to you, draw me a picture of Shaun of the Dead, you'd draw a cricket bat with blood on it,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? Or the name tag. Or,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Like, there's loads of iconic stuff about
But
that.
it would be the cricket bat. Like that's what
Yeah.
I would associate
Yeah.
immediately with that glorious film because
It's
it is
an unreal
one
film.
of the greatest fucking zombie films of all time.
Yeah. Maybe the greatest ever.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big zombie fan and I love the originals, but
Yeah, same.
actually, that is the greatest zombie film of all time.
Yeah, it's one of those films that I can just watch on repeat.
Mm.
Literally finish it and then put
Yeah.
it back on.
We did. I've done an episode on the Cornetto trilogy, but I'd like to do that again
Yeah, me too.
because and it'd be great to have a guest on as well. We all take a film each,
Yeah.
and we all just discuss them.
Yeah. And I have an unpopular opinion about that, the Cornetto trilogy.
Tell me,
My very, very unpopular opinion is that I think The World's End is my favourite.
mate. I'm telling you now, that was my opinion on the podcast when we did it.
No way!
I was like, actually, I love it. There's just something about this. I
Yeah.
think it's because it's the underdog and it's so underrated that this film is great.
Without going on a tangent, because I will talk for an entire
We'll
episode
definitely do an episode about this.
about that. But yeah, it speaks to me in a. I don't know. I can relate to it in a lot of ways, I think, and that's why I love it so much. But that's for another day.
Okay, right. We'll do that very soon.
Yeah.
Within the next few episodes, maybe after Christmas, we'll do the Cornetto trilogy because I'd
Absolutely.
really like to hear your opinion on that.
Yeah. Maybe we wait a little bit. I harass
Yes.
Edgar Wright a little bit, and then he can come on, and we can all pick a film each.
Yeah, definitely.
Although Edgar, he's a big film buff himself, isn't he? So he might just want to talk about a random subject rather than talking about himself.
Yeah, but we'd say, look, mate, you're on our podcast, all right?
No, we're going to give him the option. Treat him like royalty.
Yeah, he can do a 60-second recommendation then. Or he can do one of his top 5 biscuits or something like that.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
bring the snack of the week.
Yes, he can. I said that to Max the other day, who's going to be our first guest. I said, you have to
he
bring
has to
snack
bring
of
a
the
snack.
week. And he was like, that is such shit hostmanship. It's like, you're bringing the snack,
He
you
has to
prick.
bring the snack. Otherwise, he's not coming.
I don't even know who listens to the podcast. If you do, bring the snack, you prick.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh. Right. 60-second recommendation. Sponsored by... Sponsored by Drew Flanagan Music. I was sat there the other night randomly. I can't remember what I was doing, and I got a message from Drew, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on here?" just a like a 20-second soundbite, and I immediately knew what it was. None of us had asked him, texted him, asking for it, but we did say in the last episode, didn't we?
We did.
Make us one.
We
And he
give
did
us one.
not fucking mess about, did he?
No.
He was straight on it.
Within like 2 days or something.
Yeah, and we got sent it. So everyone, this is 60-second recommendation.
60-second recommendations into the pod shortest presentation. Music, film, even cereal. 60 seconds recommending. Listen closely, it's not never ending. Time is short.
Brilliant. This point never ceases to amaze
Oh,
me.
it's so good. I love the fact that the 60-second recommendation jingle is probably 30 seconds in itself.
Oh, God, Drew, I love it. The problem is, I was going to get him to do it as a jingle for top 5, but we can't, because today we would have had a jingle for everything. We'd have had a jingle every 10
Yeah, but I love
minutes.
that.
Do you
I think-
reckon?
Yeah.
All right, we need a top 5 then, please, Drew.
Yeah. Sort it out.
Right, so this will come out Monday. I want to see what day we get the jingle for top 5, because this came quick,
I did come quick.
and it's fucking great. That boy, he's
Talented.
He's a wordsmith, is what
That's
he is.
it, yeah.
He's a wordsmith.
Yeah. He is.
Right.
The Shakespeare of our times.
That's he really is, yeah. Time is short.
Time is short. Oh, right.
Right,
We spent so long
I
on
know.
just talking about 60-second recommendations. Definitely longer than the recommendation
What is it?
itself.
What is your recommendation, Ryan?
So I've gone for this week. Are you going to time me?
Well, you can say what it is now, and then I'll time it.
Yeah. Okay. So I've gone for a TV show that has been taking up all of my time recently, all free time for the last few weeks, maybe month or so. I've been binging this TV show. Me and Claire have smashed it, and we're finally up to date on season 5. It is called Yellowstone.
Go.
So Yellowstone is a TV show it's set in modern times, but it's set in Montana, and it's about a family who own a ranch, a huge ranch that they've had for hundreds of years, and it's about them trying to keep it. So there's like a Native American reservation nearby. They want to expand. There's obviously like all these businessmen that come in from like California. They want to build on it. They want to like modernize and, cut down all the trees and put up ski resorts and stuff like that. And lots of family drama, lots of action, lots of beautiful shots of like cowboys herding animals in the mountains. It's all beautiful. There's everything in it. Comedy, drama, emotional scenes, love, like romance. It's got it all. It's been recommended to me by a lot of people. It's on Paramount Plus. It's the only downside. But check it out if you can. Yellowstone is fantastic.
Brilliant. Couple of seconds to spare. And Paramount Plus at the moment, if I'm right, you get a free month if you buy a pack of Doritos.
Yeah, I think they're doing a free trial as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Because I said, I noticed recently I bought some Doritos for whatever, and they had a free subscription or whatever it was. So if you don't want to pay for the first month, you just want to binge Yellowstone after Ryan's recommendation, buy a bag of Doritos, because you can eat said Doritos whilst
listening to
watching
the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Okay, cool. I've actually never heard of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
When you said that to me, I was like, no idea what that is. And within, I'm going to say 10 seconds, because you sent me that whilst I was in London the other day. I was walking in the underground, you said Yellowstone, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know what that is. And then within 10 seconds, I saw a poster for Yellowstone. And I was like, okay, there it is. I know what it is now.
Yeah, I think it's massive in America.
Yeah. Well, it's on Paramount Plus, so it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so interesting. Hour episodes?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, interesting. I will give it a go. I'm all about the sort. I like real good sort of cinematography in beautiful scenery, and that again, we've said this, but it becomes its own character, doesn't it, in a place like that?
Yeah.
So for me, I would watch it just for that.
Yeah.
Good bit of action, nice story, but it just in a beautiful scenery around it that you can just really get involved
Some
with.
of the
and actually
characters
relax.
are incredible as well. So iconic. Like, fantastic. I don't want to say more because I've gone over my 60 seconds.
Cool. Right. So your 60-second recommendation by Drew Flanagan Music is Yellowstone. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. So we're an hour in. Well, I don't know how we've done that. They're just getting longer and longer. Ah, fuck
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
So-
we spent 40 minutes talking about root beer or something today, don't we?
We need to stop these snack of the weeks. If you carry on chatting shit about snack of the weeks, we're not doing them anymore.
I think one episode should just be snacks of the week.
snacks.
We bring 10 snacks in and that's it.
Top 5 snacks. That
Top
could be the
5
whole
snacks.
thing. The
Yeah,
whole
there we go.
episode is just us trying snacks that the
Yeah.
other person had tried.
There you go.
Oh my god, yes, because it's not always got to be about film and pop culture. It can be about food.
We chat about whatever we want.
Exactly.
It's
We'll
our
do what we
podcast.
want. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
And then Drew will stop listening. Or one listener.
Yeah. Sad times.
Right. So we're going to talk about a few trailers.
Some really good trailers.
There are some really good trailers.
Were they gorgeous or were they gross?
I forgot about that. Well done. Are they gorgeous or are they gross? Now, I had already watched them. I'd watched all bar one, I think. You popped round whilst we was shoveling food in our faces. We put them back on the trailer. As always, we did not discuss them with each other. We just kept our mouths shut, moved on to the next one so we could discuss it on air. So the first one we are going to look at is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones 5. So, Ryan, how do you feel about there being an Indiana Jones 5?
I'm quite happy with that. I love the Indiana Jones films. Well, the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them for years and years and years, but as a kid, I used to binge them. Obviously, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, was it?
Yes, mate, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's a thing.
Yep.
So,
it got brought out, yeah.
so I'm kind of glad that they bring out 5 because part of me thinks try and undo some of the damage from the 4th one. You know, Harrison Ford still looks good for his age to say he's. I think so. What is he, like mid-70s? He looks good for that.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, watching that trailer, and if you guys are going to go and give this a watch, he looked younger in some scenes than he did others. And I'm not talking about them when they go back. There's some scenes where they're literally in the same shot. You can just tell whether they're using anti-aging or whether it's the makeup they're using. He looked older in certain parts.
Yeah, and that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Where I think the idea, I'll get into that in a second. I guess I like the idea of the film. You know, when we saw him in Blade Runner 2049, obviously I was very nervous about that getting a sequel, but he was great in that, and he was still cool. He was still badass. He still had it, you know, and that wasn't that long ago, really.
He's just a grumpy old man, though, isn't he? Now in real life, and he's just playing a lot of grumpy old men.
Yeah,
at the moment,
yeah.
which I
But-
suppose
but
is
I
kind of
suppose
cool.
Indiana Jones was always kind of a little bit. He was.
He was
always
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
grumpy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was
he
never
was.
like your happy-go-lucky guy.
No.
But the trailer, so I was kind of hoping for, you know, less CGI, like this Christmas Skull, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, less like stupid, like slapstick almost comedy, you know, like the one where I haven't seen that film since it came out in cinema, but I remember bits like him getting blown up by the nuke and he's survived it because he's stood in a fridge
Yeah.
and shit like that. It was just terrible. So I was hoping they'd go a bit more throwback to like the originals. Trailer didn't fill me with confidence.
Didn't fill me with confidence. I'll be honest with you, I'm the opposite of you. I kind of thought you've killed it, leave it.
Yeah.
After Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
It took me forever to get around and watch it. I only did it because we was doing an episode on it. It was dog shit. And yeah, I was of the opinion of you fucked it, leave it now.
Right,
Just
yeah.
fairs, you fucked it. It won't take away the others.
Oh, no.
You know, they're still brilliant.
Yeah, and they can't be touched, I don't think.
But yeah, to me, this trailer, it didn't fill me with confidence. There's a random scene in it where it looks like he's flying the Millennium Falcon into hyperspace.
There was just so much CGI. And like you said, it was so obvious that it's just a stunt man and they've CGI'd his face on, I think, in some of those shots. Obviously, I've only seen it once and but it looked poor, I thought.
It did look quite poor.
It did not fill me with confidence. I feel like it's one of them, a little bit like the new Jurassic Park films or Jurassic World. They are relying on the nostalgia of the old ones to get them through when they're actually just bad films.
And do you know what? Did you watch the newest Jurassic World?
No, I gave up on the second one, Fallen Kingdom or something, which was just
bad.
It was unwatchable for me.
Right.
I had to. It was one of the very, very rare occasions where I just turned a film off and never went back to it.
Really?
I hated it.
So I didn't mind the last one. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
But what they did was they got all the old characters. They relied on old versus new, and you have all the guys in one area, the new guys, the old guys, all the females in another area. Obviously, the females are doing better because they're trying to bring it round. And you know what? It was in your face, but it was one of those. We're doing this because we can and we want you to. They were so open and honest about what they wanted from it. They were like, all right, fair enough. It's shit, but we see what you're doing. We know what you're doing. Fair enough. You're trying to give us something a bit quirky, old versus new. Do you like the old ones? Do you like the new ones? Let's bring them together. Let's bring the old boys that like Jurassic Park in with the kids these days who like Jurassic World. And it was that in your face that I actually forgave it slightly.
Yeah.
Still not a good film, but I forgave it. It wasn't unwatchable to me.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So is this gorgeous or gross?
This trailer, Indiana Jones 5. Gross.
Gross! Thank you, JVN. This is gross.
Gross.
Very gross. And I'm
So-
sad about that.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I'll say that.
Obviously, it's still the first trailer. I'll be open-minded. I'll probably still go see it. It's just initial reaction, and I suppose that's what we're going off here. Initial reactions. Gross.
Yeah. I think you're right. We'll probably go together to watch it because you can't not watch a film like that.
Yeah.
You have to, don't you?
Yeah. And I'm still a big Harrison Ford fan. So
Yeah. So if we're gonna go from a grumpy old man to a grumpy old bear, next we're going to talk about Cocaine Bear.
oh my god.
So this
Oh,
is
no.
something that kept popping up on my Facebook, inspired by true events.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I've not looked into it. I'm going to, but I'm not going to until I've seen the film. I would like to. I was going to do. Oh shit! Sorry. Just going back to that. That is released on the 30th of June, 2023 for Indiana Jones. So Cocaine Bear. This popped up. I was like, okay, interesting. I do want to know what the alleged true events were, but I'm not going to do it till after I watch the film because it's basically the idea of it is a load of cocaine get dropped out of a plane where they're trying to do a multi-million fucking cocaine deal in the and it flies all over wherever it is, Montana or wherever, and a load of it ends up in the forest and a bear consumes a brick of cocaine and then just goes and fucks everything up.
Yes.
Your face says it all. I can't wait to watch this film. Because I don't mind bullshit films, and that's exactly what this is. Bullshit. It looks funny. The comedy in it looks quite good.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
a
It does
bear
look bullshit. And
against the wild in his office. So there's a scene where, because everywhere he goes, there's just cocaine because it's just been flying.
yeah.
There's like just ridiculous scenes where there's a severed leg that is ripped off and he rubs his nose in it to get some of the cocaine back up. It's like, it's ridiculous.
It does look ridiculous.
Not only is it ridiculous, it's got Ray Liotta in it.
I know, yeah. Like, obviously, unfortunately for him, his last role probably before he died.
So talk to me. Why do you hate this idea so much?
I don't hate it. It just looks stupid.
Do you not
It's-
like stupid?
I can take or leave it. I think if it's done well, it can be fantastic. If it's done bad, it's just bad.
And do you think this looks bad?
Yeah. yeah.
I don't know.
It's one of them that I will probably still go to see just because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Like, something to do maybe with like the sickos or whatever, we could go see it because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just it's going to be a ridiculous film.
Because I think there's a big difference between ridiculous. I don't know. This fills me with a bit of, I think this is going to be fun. This doesn't give me like Sharknado vibes or, the real ridiculous. That is an example of real ridiculous.
I mean, well, you say real, it's not as bad as that. It's a bear on cocaine
Yeah.
just running around eating people.
If it happened in real life, apparently.
Oh yeah, I forgot because the trailer said based on true events at
Yeah.
the start. So this is factually accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fucking convince me
Gross.
otherwise. Are you giving this the big gross here? Oh, I'm getting the big gross.
I'm gonna go gross.
Gross.
I'm going gorgeous.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
that's fair because I feel like it's not fully gross. It's not fully gorgeous. I'm in the middle because
Yeah.
it's stupid, but it'll be fun stupid. So I feel like between us, we've balanced it out there.
I think you'll bring me down.
I think you'll bring me up.
And I'll bring you up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we'll find a nice bit in the middle of you being like, Sam, this is not going to win an Oscar.
Oh, no, yeah,
and me being like, Ryan, it's not Sharknado. Or fucking The Meg.
The Meg. I actually really like The Meg.
Oh, God. Gross. Okay, so that is out. I've got the date here, but my phone's turned. That is out on the 24th of February, 2023. So far, we've had a gross and a gross gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we will move on to something that I think we should both agree with. John Wick 4 was announced a fair few weeks ago now.
Yes.
How do you feel about the John Wick films?
I absolutely love the John Wick films.
Agreed.
I'm a massive Keanu Reeves fan. I think he's well renowned for being like the nicest guy. And these films, they're just badass, aren't they?
So
They're just-
badass.
They're like a throwback to like your old school action, like almost like 80s action, like with your action star, which I love in itself because, you know, I love like your Arnie, your Stallone, you know, Bruce Willis, that sort of era. But it's done like in a modern way. So like the fighting's actually, it's not cheesy. It's, you know,
fully
it's
choreographed.
fully choreographed,
Yeah.
like really, really detailed. Like obviously, like some of the behind the scenes of him on the shooting ranges, he's incredible. Like,
Oh, God, he's
he is
talented, man.
talented, and he's put some serious hours. You know, to the point where I've even watched like, you know, the videos on like YouTube. Where it's like real Navy SEAL expert breaks down each scene, and even like this guy is like, you know, oh, this is like perfect way to fire the gun. This is like,
Oh, really?
like most of the, like 90% of the scene from like the first one. That he breaks down, it's like this is the perfect way to like fight in this situation, or how he would fire the gun there, or the way he takes cover here before moving. So much of that adds to like the badassery.
Yeah, yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And obviously the premise is ridiculous. You know, he takes on hundreds of guys, but again, it's just that throwback. And each film gets bigger and on a bigger scale, and it's like a bigger universe.
Yeah,
and
I think it gets more ridiculous by the film because obviously by the end of it, no one is not an assassin.
yeah.
I don't know why you need assassins
Yeah.
because there's no one to assassinate.
And
'cause
he's
you're
like,
all
you know, like, I
assassins.
think it's the third one. He's like galloping down the street on a horseback, and he's like fighting
boy.
people.
Remember when you saw that on the trailer?
Yeah,
When that trailer come out, oh my God,
Yeah.
yes, John.
but then Halle Berry in the third one as well.
Yeah. Mm,
With the dogs as well.
mm.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes,
So
sir.
trailer for this one. I'll let you go first. What do you think?
I really like it. I think it looks great. It's got everything we want from a John Wick film. Some good dialogue between just because this is the whole thing with the John Wick films, isn't it? It's all just the respect of the assassin, like brotherhood. Of,
Yeah.
you fucked up, you've got to go. It's just the way it is, you know. Like when they go, what's it called? When they go to the hotel, the Continental. When they go to the Continental, you know the rules.
Yeah,
You don't kill anyone on
Yeah.
continental ground. And it's still got the classy dialogue, but it is very much I'm going to kill you. So it looks to me that the premise of this film is he has to go to, is it Bill Skarsgård? Is that
looks like Bill Skarsgård,
Yeah.
who's like the head honcho of
the head honcho? The only way he can get out of it is by offering him a duel.
yeah.
If he wins the duel, then he survives. No one will come after him anymore, but he's got to kill the head honcho. They say you've got to be here by sunup tomorrow. If you don't make it by sunup tomorrow, you're dead. You're a dead man. You're going to be executed. And the whole film basically, it reminds me, have you seen The Warriors?
Yes, love the
Very
Warriors.
Warrior-esque.
Yeah.
He's got to get from A to B with just a shitload in between.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it gave me just a modern Warrior, the Warriors vibe. And I thought, fucking yes, I love The Warriors.
Yeah, me too.
So he's got to get there. He's got to kill these people. He keeps checking his watch. He keeps clipping to a scene of a close-up, what do you call it, a sand timer.
Yeah, because he's got to be there by like sunup or something, or
Yeah,
something like that.
So it looks like a very basic premise. Just get from A to B in this time
Yeah.
to fight out with the big honcho. I'll be honest with you, the couple of the one-liners that they get from Keanu Reeves aren't delivered brilliantly in the trailer.
No.
Like, I'm going to need a gun.
Yeah, a little bit stumbly.
A little bit stumbly, but
I
at the
need
same
a good
time,
gun.
I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Because you're not in this film to talk,
No.
my friend.
And what I like about it is most of the trailer is actually, it is all the dialogue and it's the setting of the scenes. There's a little bit at the end, but they don't give all the action away. And it's obviously the action set pieces, the choreography that makes these films what they are, makes these films fantastic. So I like that they don't give that much of that away. And from the trailer, what I really liked is they've introduced some new characters. Each film has its own like cool new assassins and some really iconic actors. So in this one, I love the fact they've got Donnie Yen in there, who's done some amazing like fight films, like some martial arts films, incredibly talented martial artist. So to get him in there, he's really cool. He's badass. They got Hiroyuki Sanada, the Japanese guy. He's in loads of stuff. You'll recognize him. He's in like Last Samurai. He's he's one of them. He's in absolutely every film under the sun, and I absolutely love him. He's really cool. So some new cool characters that I'd like to see. So
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, we'll be at the cinema on day one to see this bad boy.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we shall move on next. Let's smash the MCU, shall we? And we'll look at the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Where this was one we decided to do last minute because we was going to look at The Exorcist, 2023 The Exorcist, but I'll be honest, I've seen that trailer. It doesn't look great. It's only a teaser at the moment. So Guardians are coming back. James Gunn once again. Fantastic music. The characters you love. Drax being fucking amazing. And of course, Groot looking different again.
Yes.
The trailer, I didn't overly understand where they're going with it, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Very sorry. John Wick Chapter 4. I keep forgetting to do this. 24th of March is when that's out.
Yeah. I think you said that.
Did I?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I think you did because you said we were there day one. Or did you not say the date?
I didn't say it.
I don't remember. It's that root beer. It's gone straight to my head.
It really has, mate, hasn't it? So I'm not really sure where they're going with this film.
No, me neither. And the trailer was a bit all over the place. I feel like Guardians has been, well known for being funny. We're getting that balance quite right of like action, comedy. This one, I think I felt like it still had those sort of slapstick moments, but it looked like it was a bit more serious. There was a lot of shots of like characters anguished or like in trouble or like hurt or whatever.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon is very much like this is our last stand type thing.
It feels like this is the end of the Guardians, and I think it is. I think most of them have like now said they're not doing any more. This is like their contract up. So whether this will be the end of the Guardians, I hope they get the balance right. Because like we saw from like Thor: Love and Thunder, that was just shit in my opinion. Because they got the balance wrong.
Okay.
I felt like the comedy just took over. It just became stupid, and it took away from any seriousness or any emotion behind it. Whereas I feel like Guardians have always, like Thor Ragnarok, trod that line.
Yeah, quite well.
Nicely and kept it balanced. So I'm hoping this one does the same. I don't mind if it's a little bit more serious because if it's the end, wrapping it up and stuff. Trailer didn't give a lot away from me.
No, it didn't. Now, I know Will Poulter's stepped in to play a character. Adam Warlock. I don't know anything about Adam Warlock.
No, me neither.
I fucking love Will Poulter, though.
Really?
Love him. Every time he's in something, I get excited.
I've not seen him in much.
Really, I think he's very up and coming. Well, he's clearly up and coming. He's there pretty much.
Yeah.
But he's just this guy who... I didn't see him in a lot, and when I did, I enjoyed him, and now he's everywhere, and I like that about him. And he's still very young. He's gonna take over, which is great. So I don't know anything about Adam Warlock, but that's gonna be quite cool to see. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. The trailer is very good. It tries to give you something without giving you a lot. It starts off with the typical like funny joke with Drax, obviously.
Yeah,
because Drax is fucking brilliant.
He is.
Groot looks hench as shit, bro.
Yeah, he does. He looks a bit weird. Yeah,
but I think he's supposed to look hench. There's this really cool scene that is literally only half a second where they pan out and what's his name? Star-Lord and Groot are back to back.
Yeah, with
a gun, but Groot's all of his fucking like roots are out and they're each holding a gun. Yeah. That looks cool as shit. So like you say, hopefully that balance is right because it looks like they've got some good stuff in there. James Gunn is getting it right.
Yeah, and he obviously did the Suicide Squad earlier this year, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it back in last year?
We're in December, remember, so...
Yeah, I can't remember. But I really enjoyed that. I think he got the balance right in that. So I've got a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah, I do.
So,
and there's going to be badass music.
That's the thing, even if what we're seeing is not great, the music's always
A
been
good
fantastic.
soundtrack can change your opinion of a film.
100%, yeah, totally agree.
So, and that he does get right every time.
Yeah.
So, are we saying gross or gorgeous?
Gorgeous or gross?
I don't think it's either.
Average.
Yeah,
Should we?
middle of the road.
We'll see what happens because there'll be more trailers.
Oh, yeah, it's just the first one.
Yeah, you see, I tend to avoid trailers like the plague most of the time, especially when it comes to big films like this that everyone's going to go see, because there's that many of it. It kind of saturates the market a little bit, and you see
Yeah.
too much. Like if there's ever a Batman film, I'll have never seen a trailer for it. I avoid them like the plague.
Really?
I refuse to watch them. I want every scene I watch to be brand new to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I do tend to do that. So, maybe we'll go gorgeous, maybe we'll go gross a little bit later on down the line. I will remember to do it this time. So the release date for that is the 5th of May. So we'll soon see. So this is neither gorgeous or gross.
One to watch.
One to watch. Yeah, keep an eye out, guys. So next we have just something nice and light before we've got a couple of video games. We have the Super Mario Brothers movie. So they're doing an animated Super Mario Brothers film, which I'm very excited about, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Really?
I am, yeah. I love animation anyway. I think we all do. But there's just something about Super Mario that is my childhood. I don't play the Switch games or anything like that. I've played the newest one because I borrowed someone's Switch. I quite enjoyed it. But Mario takes me back to being a child. And actually, the Sonic films were okay. Like
Still not seen them.
My little one's pretty big into them. They were pretty good. They did okay with them. But actually, I want to see a full Mario. Tell me what you thought of the trailer first before I give my thing.
Hard to say because it's very much a kid's film. Very much like it's all obviously animated. Some nice moments in there where they got like the little, like the little sound bites or the little jokes or references. I don't know how it works in terms of like making it this big, full scale, epic action film. I really like the bit, it's quite a cool moment where they're on the carts and they're flying through the air and then they land on Rainbow Road and you're like, oh my God, that's quite cool. That's quite iconic. And then it's just like a big race or whatever. Little bits like that I thought were quite exciting. As a whole, it's hard to say from the trailer. I'm probably not that bothered.
Okay. You see, I am the complete opposite.
Really?
After watching that trailer, to me, it just looks like an absolute fucking fest of just clips that you know and love growing up.
Yeah.
Everything down to the fireball plants, to the carts, the Rainbow Bridge. Everything was an old reference. It's something to enjoy that just takes you back,
Yeah.
All nostalgia. Obviously, it's modern day animation. It filled me full of excitement.
Really?
And I don't know whether that is because I'm looking forward to watching it, but I can't wait to introduce it to my kid.
I think that's a big difference where, for me, it's very much like it. And I wasn't massive in Mario. Like, I played bits of it. I never had a Nintendo, so I never really had a Mario game. Played a lot of Mario Kart. So for Mario, for me, doesn't have the same nostalgic pull as it does for a lot of people.
Okay.
So I think for me, obviously, I understand the references and I can relate to some of them, but it doesn't have that same emotional charge.
Yeah.
So whilst I can appreciate, it looks fun, looks like a fun kids film, for me, it's just not resonating.
That's fair enough. I suppose, ours will be very different because I have the child that I can share it with.
Yeah.
It was my childhood.
Which would be lovely to be able to pass that on and experience that together, yeah.
Very interesting cast.
Go on. I was trying to figure out some of the cast when I was listening to the trailer.
Chris Pratt's Mario.
Yeah, I figured that.
Princess Peach is Anna Taylor-Joy.
Okay.
Luigi is Charlie Day.
Right.
That's how I knew this film was coming out. I'm a massive Always Sunny in Philadelphia fan.
Yeah.
Huge. In fact, I watched 2 seasons last night, I think, whilst I was arsing about, cleaning and get in bed and shit. I have it on in the background all the time. And he's playing Luigi, and someone shared that in one of the Sunny shit posting Facebook pages. There's a Super Mario film coming out. Oh my God. Yeah. Jack Black's playing Bowser. Keegan-Michael Key, from Key and Peele.
I've not seen bits of Key. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
yeah.
do you watch Key and Peele?
I've seen bits.
It's
Seen
honestly, I
bits.
think it's one of the best. It's one of the funniest comedy.
I've
sketch
seen some
shows of
incredible
all
sketches
time.
from it. Yeah,
Donkey Kong's played by Seth Rogen.
it's got a massive cast.
It's a massive cast. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So for me, this is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Not that bothered.
I wouldn't say it's gross because I don't think
It's
it's,
not
gross. It's not gross, but it's just
It's not for you.
not for me.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll go gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Just
You're gonna
because-
go for a
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah, because I can appreciate why it is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, interesting, cool. I'm glad you came over to my side.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you one.
You always
I
give
didn't
me
want to
one.
be the miserable bastard in the corner.
I know you've done so many grosses today.
Yeah, I'm just tired. You know.
Because you sat there eating whoopies and drinking mouthwash, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. You right, Doll? You're doing me a favour. I've got you all these little lovely snacks today.
All these little snacks. I mean, to be fair,
I'm going to
we've
eat a
got,
mac and cheese ball.
we've got halloumi in front of us and you're
Oh.
just fucking ignoring it.
Yeah.
So we're going to end the podcast. What time are we on? Okay, this is quite a good one. So we're going to end the podcast with 2 trailers for video games that both of the trailers I picked up were for 2 completely different reasons. One of them because the original trailer for the first game was one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my entire life. And the second one you showed me, a game that comes out next week, and I cannot wait for. So I'm going to go for High on Life first.
Okay.
So High on Life is Justin Rowland, who does
Rick and Morty.
It has Rick and Morty shat all over it.
Oh, yeah.
So he's bringing out a game. So I think his video game company is called Squanchy Games or something
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
that's his company. Yeah. Squanch Games. I think.
Squanch Games. So this comes out next week, free, straight onto Game Pass. The idea of the game is aliens are stealing humans and using them to, I don't know, make weapons or suck shit out their brain to
Yeah,
sell.
it's quite hard to figure out what the
Yeah,
story is. I think you're
basic-
some sort of bounty hunter or something.
You're saving humanity, basically.
Yeah.
So humans are being captured to do whatever with, and you've got to go around and save them. Now, the whole point of this game is your gun is a character.
Yeah.
So it might. So I think there's 4 or 5 different guns. One might just be a frog that fires out shit.
Yeah.
But they all talk to you. And the
Yeah.
idea of the game is, whatever gun you have out at that time, the dialogue will be different.
Yeah. And the dialogue, like the first one, the main one, like the blue pistol type thing, it's voiced.
It's Morty.
It's basically Morty
Yeah.
from Rick and Morty. So it looks so funny. Some crazy characters in there. It's just a Rick and Morty show, game,
Video
sorry,
game, yeah.
without Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Set in the Rick and Morty universe.
Mhm.
Apparently there's hours and hours of dialogue, like hilarious bits. I've seen some of like the gameplay. It looks so funny. Action looks all right.
I think it's going to be more dialogue than anything else,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think it's just it's just gonna be a game that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward to it. And the trailer really did put me in the mood for watching it as well. Like,
Yeah.
you leave that trailer with such a grin on your face because, you know, it's homely. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, you get the vibe straight away from the animation, from the colors, from the voice, obviously with Morty's voice. You're back to something you know and love.
Absolutely. It's the same comedy style.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it's got that replayability because you can replay the same scene, but if you've got a different gun who's got a different personality, you'll react to the NPCs differently.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Which is such a clever idea that the game could be 100% the same when you replay it, but 100% different in the outcome of what is said because of just holding a different gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Get the trailer watched. I guarantee, if you're a Rick and Morty fan, if you're not, then I wouldn't bother. This will not be for you. But if you are, give it a watch. You will just walk away thinking, A, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And B, you'll just have a smile on your face.
Yeah. Did
'Cause
we
it's
say
just
the,
homely.
did we say the name of it?
High on Life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So it's called High on Life, and it comes out. I can't remember the exact date. It might be
13th of December.
13th of December. Comes out next week on Xbox Game Pass for free. So if you'll be able to buy it. But if
I think we can install it now.
Oh, can you?
I think so.
Banging.
Ready to play it
on day.
on day one.
Then I'll be doing that. Is this gross or gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. This is so gorgeous. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. We've spoke over the last few episodes about all the games that I have purchased, all the money I've spent on games recently, and this is going to get smashed on day one.
Yeah,
And I won't stop till it's finished because it just looks fucking gorgeous.
it really does.
And we're going to end the trailer episode by talking about the sequel to the greatest trailer of all
Yeah.
time. So, video game trailer. we're going to talk about Dead Island 2.
Mhm.
Dead Island 1 trailer, we have mentioned this in a previous episode so far. It is the greatest trailer, 3 minutes that you will ever,
I love
ever
it. Yeah, it's so
watch.
good.
It's just a guy running down Florida or Californian like beach line. Real fucking sleazy prick, fake hair, fake pecs, fake everything. He's going for a run. The first thing you see, he puts his music on. I don't know what that song's called, but it's fucking banging.
Yeah, it's
whatever
called The
song
Bomb
is.
or something like that. Yeah.
I'm the bomb and I'm about to blow up.
Yeah.
And he pulls like his sweatband over a zombie
A
bite.
zombie bite.
And he just goes for a run. You know, this pretty young girl zooms past on her rollerblades.
Yeah,
He
he's
stops
all-
and starts pointing at his dick and all this shit. And just as he's running, the world is collapsing behind
Yeah.
him. The song is punchy as fuck. He's running. He's
It's
so
just totally oblivious to the world
Yeah.
around him, where everyone's running out, getting mowed down by zombies, and
Yeah.
there's fights, and like the buildings are exploding. It's
and
just
then bit by bit he turns into a zombie.
yeah. And by the end, he's just Carrie's still running down the street, headphones in.
but
But
as a
as a
zombie,
zombie.
but his fake toupee's falling off, all the
Yeah.
fake muscles are
Are
falling
ripped
out of
out,
his
yeah.
body, and then it just ends with a car going past and someone fucking taking his Swede off with a
Yeah.
baseball bat. The best trailer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I love it so much, and they've released Dead Island 2 coming out. I'm going to say not as good because it's not as iconic as that first. It's still very good. It's a
Still
story
cool.
within a trailer. A Lenny Kravitz looking guy.
It literally could be Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, just gets off this chair. He's obviously been sat drinking whiskey all night. He has to go out. He's like, oh, fucking whatever. Picks up a rifle, walks out, and it's his trip to the shop.
Yeah.
And he doesn't use this gun once. He just uses it to bash in zombies' heads. He doesn't have a care in the world. He's just walking to the
Yeah,
shop.
just-
But he has to
It's like
kill
a normal
zombies on
day,
the
isn't
way.
it?
Yeah, he gets there. He kills zombies in different ways. Really cool, really inventive. He gets back, he sits down, and there's an Uber guy, like one of the peddless Ubers
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
house
yeah.
as a zombie. So he pulls
Like
like
a Just Eat kind of
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
yeah.
So he pulls out this massive bullet, puts it in the rifle. His last bullet, bang, and he fucking blows up everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I
big,
can relax
big
now.
smirk on his face, sits down, goes to put the telly on. He's run out of batteries.
Yeah.
So he's got to go out. So it starts again. He gets up, fuck's sake. He's about to leave. This time he looks and he sees a samurai sword.
In his closet, yeah.
So he walks out. The only difference is this time out, it pans out a little bit more, and there's just other people doing
All
the
his
same
neighbours
shit
doing
as
the
him.
same, yeah.
And they're just, hey up, Dave, hey up.
Yeah, just
hey
off
up,
to the shops,
Doris,
yeah.
and just waving at each other. It is cool as shit.
And he looks cool as.
Proper. And it's just that whole, what I like about it, it is the complete opposite of the first one. The first one was zombies have taken over. This is what we're doing. They turn everyone to zombies. This one is humans will just survive.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go out,
Just
we'll
carry
kill,
on,
we'll
yeah,
just
I
do
don't give a
our
shit.
shit.
It's just boring, isn't
Well,
it?
it
Yeah,
is what
God,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck whatever. We'll get back, we'll put telly. No batteries, right, back out, go kill. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I did love the Dead Island game anyway.
Yeah, I played it a lot. It's got a
Um,
lot of fun. It's not beyond a perfect game, but it's just
Definitely.
one of those games that's just fun. Especially get a few mates on it, because I think that it was co-op, wasn't it? The first
we had
one.
this conversation.
I'm
back
sure it's
then.
four
Yeah.
player co-op. Hoping for more of the same.
Yeah,
It's
I
the sort of
hope
game
so.
that we could just jump on, get a few of us, just drive around, kill a
Few
few
hours,
zombies, have a bit of a laugh. Happy.
Yeah,
Happy
and that's
days.
that.
So what are you saying?
Gorgeous.
Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
This trailer is brilliant. And again, if you're not into the game, give both 1 and 2 a watch because they are just such good, funny,
yeah,
interactive, like 3-minute stories. And they're just brilliant.
absolutely.
They bring, unfortunately, there isn't a cool song in this one as good as the first one.
I think that's the only thing that
song
was
in the
lacking.
background's good. I don't know what it is, but it's not as good as The Bomb or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was lacking that real fucking crunchy,
Mm,
punchy song in the background. But out of all of these, give that a watch because that is a
Absolutely.
really good trailer. Some good recommendations there, I think. There's some
Yeah.
good things coming out. There's
there's
some
a
dog
lot,
shit
there's a
things
lot,
coming out.
to look forward to.
So what we're going to take away from episode 7 is Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, can't wait. I'll be there.
Cocaine Bear, what a
Cocaine
dickhead.
Bear, drinking my Virgil's root beer, sponsored by Drew Flanagan.
Everything's sponsored by Drew Flanagan. Cocaine Bear is sponsored by
Yeah,
Drew Flanagan,
yeah.
I've heard. Drew, can you write us a song called Cocaine Bear? We'll play it on the next episode. I want to see how quick he does it. All right? It's just got to be a little 30-second ditty about Cocaine Bear. Thank you very much.
Cocaine Bear. Yeah.
boys, girls, ladies, gents, everyone all around the world, all three of you that's listening, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will see you next week for some more absolute dog shit chat.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks very much for listening, everyone.
Thank you. Peace.
Forges, 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 forges. Grow.